Give us an idea. I mean, the last time we saw you, I remember seeing you leave the cage after the Mark Hunt fight. You had to stop. You had to lean on the cage on your way back, to the locker room. I mean, how hurt were you going into that fight and just around that time?
I was hurt real bad. Each and every day, the longer I stand up, the longer the pain was hurting. And so all I could really do is just lay down. That's the best way for the pain to go away. So, like 2 days later after the fight, the pain was still there. And we did rehab, everything we could to do for it, but we finally came to a solution for the problem. It was taking magnesium.
Interesting.
4 cc's of magnesium once a week.
And that seems to be helping?
Yes.
So going into that fight, I mean, did that impact your training? I mean, I know you don't want to make excuses, but realistically, I mean, were you kind of underprepared for that fight?
The thing about my back, the cameras guys was following us around. They knew I had back issues. Every now and then we had to call a timeout and try to rest my back a little bit. But I really haven't trained like I really supposed to be training the last few years anyways because of my back issue. But we finally, I believe we fixed it, and I trained my ass off for this fight right here.
That's awesome. Now, I know you kind of briefly retired. I think you probably always knew you were going to come back, but were you just burned out at that point? Is that what it really, boiled down to, was just fatigue?
Yeah, I was burnt out. I told them I didn't want to hear nothing about no fighting because I really didn't feel like fighting at that time, I just needed the rest. But they still called me for a fight, and they wanted to renegotiate my contract because they knew that I would fight for more money. But yeah, so they did that, and I wanted to fight Mark, even though I didn't feel like fighting. But it was, well, here we are now.
Well, tell me what you feel now. I mean, it's been 8 months. I mean, where is the head at? The excitement. I mean, is there an excitement level of being back, or is this more just like punch in, punch out, and collect that check for the family?
Of course, this is about the money, collecting checks and stuff like that. But I am hungrier than I was before. Back in 2010, whenever I first started MMA, and I feel ready to go. I got the rest that I needed, the time off, and I feel ready now.
Very good. Fighting in Texas, is it special to you? I mean, a fight's a fight, a cage is a cage, but is it fun knowing that you were able to just drive down the road to get here?
I really just try not to think about it because that's when the nerves kick in, because my family, they never see me fight live, and some of them coming from Houston to watch me. But I'm really not trying to think about that. But yeah, it's going to be a fun night though.
Very cool. The matchup itself, Marcin, are you a tape guy? I mean, do you watch your opponent much? Do you break him down? Have you given much thought to it?
I really don't watch too much on him, but we were supposed to fight 2 years ago in the Philippines when the whole card got canceled. But what I noticed about his game that he switched up a little bit is he had the oblique kicks, because I guess he's working with Wink and John Gray Jackson them, and so that's just about it. Only thing different about him.
Do you feel like this is a big moment for you? I mean, obviously your star was rising for so long, and then, like you said, I think you got a little fatigued, a little bit tired, but I think there's still a lot of potential out there where a lot of people want to see you fight. So do you feel like this is a big kind of a crossroads moment, I guess, to see like where this career is going to continue to take you?
Yeah, I still feel like I got a lot left in the tank. I'm taking my training more serious, my diet more serious, and I'm just giving myself a chance. Because at first I wasn't really giving myself a chance. I was half-ass training. My coaches tried to push me. I'm still half-ass training, but this camp right here, I really pushed myself to the limits. I
know in the beginning, I mean, I don't think you've ever really loved fighting, right? I mean, it's just been about the fact that this is how you could support your family. But does that make motivation difficult? I mean, this is a tough thing to get in there in the cage with another man that's trying to knock you out, right?
Man, it's very tough. The keyboard warriors just don't know, man. They just don't know. It's completely different, Yeah, you can sit back on the couch and be like, oh, man, Derrick couldn't have did this, or I don't know why he looks so tired right now. But, yeah, that shit easy to say while you're at home sitting back in your recliner. But it's real tough, though, trying to go out there and hurt somebody that didn't do nothing to you. trying to get in the right state of mind. You know, I'm not no psychopath or nothing like that I could just go ahead and, oh, I got to kill this guy for what? You know, but I try to look for any type of motivation to try to get me through that hump, though.
You got a lot of fans though too, man. People have you know, come to love you over the years in your time in the UFC. I mean, do you enjoy that aspect of it? Maybe getting, you know, some support and some love that maybe a guy like you thought you'd never get?
Yeah, I appreciate all the love and support, but I really don't do it for the fans. You know, I just do it for my family.
Fair enough. Well, what do you think this year holds for you, man? I mean, again, there was a huge rise and people were talking about matchups for you, and then you got burned out. But do you feel like, you know, there's going to be multiple fights this year, or rise up the ranks, or are you still kind of just taking and seeing how it comes one at a time? What do you think?
Yeah, we can see we could rise up in the ranks. You know, try to get paid more this year, and hopefully I could fight 4 more times this year.
4 more times, yeah. 5 fights in 2018.
Yeah,
that would be pretty fantastic. The Ngannou fight one, that's the one people have been talking about for a long time.
Yeah, hopefully I get Ngannou sometime down the line. You know, he said he wanted some time off, but, you know, we'll see. Got to get past Tabora first. And hopefully if I can get past him, I want Fabricio, then Ngannou sometime this year, you know, because I know he wanted time off.
All right, Derrick, we know that you came in yesterday to talk to Chad and Kevin at the Horn, but just a couple questions for you looking into this fight. The UFC has sent you to New Zealand, they've sent you to Croatia, they sent you to Nova Scotia. When the UFC calls about a fight, is your first question like, where are you sending me?
No, usually my first question is always about, okay, what kind of food they gonna have over there.
It's like food like in the media room, or like food for the fighters, or just like food like in the cities?
What type of food they got in their country that I'm gonna like.
So, you know, you're just from up the road, or in Houston, but have you been impressed? Do you like the food here in Austin?
Yeah, of course. You know, shit, who don't like barbecue?
Have you had a chance to get some good barbecue yet?
Yeah, I've been eating barbecue every day, but without the sauce though, just dry.
Nice. So, what does it mean to fight? You know, it's been a few years since you've last fought in the UFC in Texas. What does it mean to you to come back and fight and be able to fight in front of your friends and family?
Like I said before, it's going to be good. You know, my family, a lot of family members didn't see me fight live before, and they finally going to get the chance to do it.
So what do you think about Marcin as an opponent?
He's a tough guy, you know. He's in the heavyweight division, so he still has a chance, you know, just like I have a chance. You know, we still have a 50-50 chance somebody getting knocked out. He's a durable guy. He could go all 3 rounds with no problem, and I believe I can too, you know. So it's going to be an interesting fight.
So, you know, the last time you were scheduled to fight was back against Verdum, and you pulled out with just with a back injury. And we know that last time when you fought Marquette that your back was an issue. How's your back feeling these days?
My back is I could say it's 100% right now. You know, the magnesium is probably like the best thing they could have invented, you know, the best thing I could have took, because it lasted for a whole week. You know, 4 cc's of magnesium, been doing the best. You know, I don't have no pain nowhere, no kind of nothing. You know, just been feeling great.
You mentioned that I've heard you in different interviews say that you've been training kind of extra hard. What does a extra trained Derrick Lewis look like these days in camp, and what does that bring to the fight on Sunday night?
Training more than 30 minutes a day. You know, now I'm doing 2-a-days. I've been doing 2-a-days. You know, training more than just Stairmaster for 15 minutes and hitting pads for 15 minutes. You know, I've been doing more than just doing that once a day.
All right. So there was you invited some people to the gym. I think it was a couple weeks ago. Did someone turn up? Did you end up sparring someone else that just came into the gym?
Yes, I sparred some guy that came to the gym Tuesday or Wednesday, and it only lasted for a few seconds. Then the invitation was already over with, and some guy came on Saturday with his whole family wanting to spar me, and that lasted for a few seconds as well. And hopefully that guy he's okay.
All right. And finally, how do you see this fight going this Sunday night?
You know, hopefully he doesn't really try to take me down. I hope that's not the game plan that his camp has. If so, it's going to be that's going to be a problem for him if he try to take me down. Because if I get on top, he try to take me down, I reverse it or whatever, the scenario would be, and it's just going to be a bad situation for him.
All right. Well, we can't wait for this Sunday night. Derrick, thanks for the time.
Thanks for having me.